Okay, I'm going to put out another special video, and this has to do with Arbor Realty and I don't want to call it research, the report that was put out today by NINGI Research attacking Arbor. Somebody had sent me the information on this on YouTube, and I looked it up, and within minutes of reading it, I could tell it was just a scam. This is not a serious company at all. There are so many red flags. Now, the person who left the comment said they got this through their TD Ameritrade feed. If I were a TD Ameritrade customer and I acted on this information because I got this in my feed, I would be calling up TD Ameritrade and saying, "You're making me whole. You're replacing my shares and you're covering my loss." It is irresponsible for you to allow these kind of scam reports to come through. So let me show you the fallout of this. And I bought significantly today. I sold more 12.50 puts when Arbor breached $12. It got to $11.90. I bought shares, and I'll show you what happened after hours. It was a no-brainer after reading the report. Not only just absolute false statements, but grammatical errors, spelling mistakes all over the place, statements that made absolutely no sense if you looked at if you understood Arbor. The mistake here was I've been following Arbor for almost 2 decades. I'm very familiar with the company. Yes, there are some criticisms of the company. The biggest one over the years has been Ivan Kaufman's compensation. That has been a critical point for a number of years. But when you hold a stock for that long and you're getting your dividends and you look at the cash payments that they have to make, to start saying that things are fake. And first of all, a research report, a serious research report, is never going to use those words. Let's have a look at it. This is actually good for investors and a good lesson for CFA candidates as well in judging, in being a good consumer of research. Sometimes we look at companies' financial statements and we see red flags and we learn how to spot red flags. Well, let's learn how to spot red flags with a research company. When you first land at NINGI Research, this is what pops up. Read the second. A serious research firm would never ever have this many legal disclosures, and they're not even well-written legal disclosures. Look at the second paragraph here. Every document, information, look at the grammatical error, every information, every document, because after every comma you can take out the first word. It should be every document, every piece of information, every bit of data, every statement of analysis. It's every document, information, data. Right away I knew that, okay, this is a scam. This is not even grammatically correct. It wouldn't surprise me if this was coming out of some other country. You can't do this in the US. You'd be charged for libel and slander almost immediately. Every document, information, data analysis, and statement on this website and/or our research is expressed for educational purposes only and is expressed as an opinion, not a statement of fact. Okay, right away. Now, every page you get to, this pops up again and again, and you can keep reading it, and it's just no serious research firm is going to have a pop-up saying this kind of bad grammatical structure and saying this is expressed for educational purposes. Anyways, you agree. There is their research report. Never mind that. Go to About Us. No bios. There it is again. See, it pops up again. Important disclaimer. Please read and acknowledge before you. If you disagree, it sends you just to the homepage for Google. So agree. Where are the bios? Who are these people? Where are the bios with the years of experience they have, with the qualifications they have? You see, if you're selling research, it's sold on the strength of your ability and capability and your background. It's not, you don't have some invisible site where everybody is hidden and you say, here you go, no phone number, no nothing. Look at what it got. Questions, team at NINGI Research. Got a tip? Whistle at NINGI. No serious company's going to have that. And you're going to have bios. You're going to have bios because you want all those people with the CFA, PhD, CPA behind their name, because that's what you're selling, the credibility of the people doing it. Where are they? NINGI Research was founded in the beginning of 2022. It's like, oh, come on, right? They're not even a year, haven't even been around a year, and they show up in TD Ameritrade's feed. TD Ameritrade has some explaining to do. If you're a TD Ameritrade customer, I would be calling their customer service department saying, what the hell are you doing? Feeding us scam research. How much were you paid to put this research in our news feed? How much? I mean, I would be holding their feet to the fire. Founded the beginning of 2022, after years witnessing fraudulent behavior in public companies, equity research, and portfolio management. Fraud in equity research? Anyways, fraud in public companies, equity research, and portfolio management. NINGI Research decided to use its experience in the public interest. For any benchmarking, please contact Breakout Point. It says here, photo by Felix Mittermeier on Pexels.com. What photo? And by down here, NINGI Research is not affiliated with Breakout Point. This is it. I mean, as soon as you saw that, you should have said, okay, all right, this is a scam. It's nothing but a scam. Anyways, Arbor, this is from Reuters. It came through my news feed. Arbor released this, and I know it's hard to read, so I'll try to, if I keep it small on the screen, I can expand it in editing so that you can see it. Arbor Trust announced today that the company is in receipt of the purported, and I love that, research. And you have to put that in quotes because this is not research. You know who these people are that behind NINGI Research? This is the left tail of humanity. These are the con artists, the scammers, the losers. These are the people who don't know how to make money, but they do know how to take money. You see, they don't want to earn money, they want to get money. And if you're going to scam people, there is usually one emotion more than any other emotion that will motivate behavior, and that's fear. So right now there's fear in the market behind any financial company and misdeeds going on balance sheets. And so they took this opportunity to throw this out there. And it is so full of mistakes. Almost every single line is full of mistakes. These are losers. These are absolute losers. They're scammers. They're scumbags. What is a good way to describe them? I wouldn't call them a piece of shit. A shit stain. There you go. Even a piece of shit is offended by a shit stain. These are shit stains on the underwear of humanity. And listen, they gave me a beautiful opportunity to buy Arbor today, and I'll show you what happened to the price after hours. So I did very well off this today. So thank you, shit stains at NINGI Research. I don't like people like this because they hurt good people. How many good people today were hurt? Arbor was down 7-8%, and these guys were covering their short later in the day. I know they were. You saw the price action. They were covering their short and laughing. Because this is what they do. This is all they're capable of doing. These are losers. I'm being very excessive because I really hope that somebody from NINGI Research is listening so that they can hear me say to their face, you are a shit stain of a human being, you're a loser, and your parents know it. Okay? Anyways, this purported research. A report that was published earlier today by NINGI, that's being generous, by NINGI Research, and again, research, that's being generous as well, by NINGI Scam Research, a short seller of Arbor stock. The report lacks merit and contains numerous inaccuracies, misstatements, and otherwise misleading allegations. This false and inflammatory report is a transparent effort to mislead the public for the purpose of enabling NINGI and its affiliates to profit from short positions on Arbor stock. Contrary to this report, Arbor is committed to maintaining its books and records in accordance with GAAP in the U.S. and adhering to the highest standards of corporate governance and internal controls. This is let's go back and let's click on home so we get that thing up again here. You should assume that as of the date of our publications, we, possibly along with or through our members, partners, affiliates, and or employees, have a direct or indirect short position in any security. including equity securities, option swaps, and other derivative securities, debt securities, and or CFD, covered herein, and therefore stand to realize monetary gains in the event that the price of the stock moves. What research company, serious research company, would ever write something like that? I mean, 5 minutes on their site, and I could tell that this was a scam. It's the opposite of a pump and dump. You remember the pump and dump. Wolf of Wall Street, that's pump and dump, where you buy a whole bunch of shares of a penny stock, then you pump it up, and then you dump it. Well, you take a short position, then you publish lies. Just make shit up. You just publish lies. This is why there are no bios. This is why they don't tell you who they are. You'll never know who they are. They're probably, what country is exporting the most scams these days? They're probably in one of those countries where it's going to be hard to get at them legally. But TD Ameritrade, for this being in TD Ameritrade's feed, I would definitely be holding their feet to the fire for this if I were a TD Ameritrade customer. I would definitely be holding their feet to the fire on this one. But they're telling you straight out what they do. We, possibly along with or through our members, partners, affiliates, and or employees, intend to continue transacting in any security covered herein or mentioned in connection to our publications, and may be long, short, and or neutral at any time after the date of publication. You should assume that of the date of the publication, all of us are short. And this is expressed for educational purposes only. And, okay, let's agree. Who are these really smart people? Oh, we got to read that again. And, no bios, no nothing. And honestly, if you read that research report, usually a short candidate will have some significant element, something significant. They have this list of bullet points that go on, and this is wrong, and this is a lie, and this is fake, and these accounts are fake, and that revenue is fake, and this is like, okay, stop. You think that you've uncovered every single line item on the balance sheet and income statement is fake or wrong? Okay, so this was just bullshit. Anyways, have a look at Arbor stock. This was after the close, and up it went, pushing back towards the 13. By tomorrow, this will all be over. And thank you, NINGI Research. Thank you, scumbags. Thank you, shitstains, for giving me the opportunity to make quite a bit of money in one day on something like this. But I think it's useful to be able to recognize whenever there's research out to say, well, hold on a second. That's the message. Who are the messengers? Who are these people that are saying this stuff? And they have to come with some gravitas. There is no gravitas here whatsoever. These are people at the very bottom who have no skill set to create value. All they can do is take from other people. That's all they can do. They're losers. They're dirtballs. And in the end, it's people like this that give capitalism a bad name. It's people like this that give finance a bad name. It really is people like this that give almost any structure of organization a bad name. I mean, I hear a lot these days about, how capitalism is failing people, and how different structures would be more appropriate. Maybe we should move to socialism, maybe this, maybe that. And, there's lots of dystopian novels out there. A Brave New World, 1984, that seek to design these great utopias that end up being actually dystopian. The problem that they all have is that they attempt to change the structure. If you want a utopia, you can't change the structure. You have to change human nature. Because no matter what structure you have, these people would still exist. They would just be trying to scam people in a different way. They'd just be trying to take from people in a different way. If they couldn't do it this way, they'd still be in the left tail of humanity, but they'd just be trying to do something different. If you want to build a better world, if you want a better structure, if you want capitalism to be better, you have to start with the people, not the structure that you have. Cut off the left tail. You have to cut off the left tail completely. Anyways, there we go. There is a good example of a research company or how to look at a research company and say, okay, this is not a research company. You know, this is a research company, much like Jason Belfort was a researcher of penny stocks, right? It's the same thing, just in reverse. Okay, that's it.